What's up guys, this is Sir Seth. So, share ko ngayon sa inyo, ang ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon ay what is the most important um, stock or ETF sa inyong account. Mapa-beginner ka man or mapa-hindi. Okay? So, dito tayo. Sabi nga ni Warren is says that index funds make the best retirement sense practically all the time. Siyempre, most of us are doing this para meron tayong pera at meron tayong makukuha in the future. So, panoorin natin ha.
It's the same thing that makes most sense practically all of the time, and that is to consistently buy an S&P 500 low-cost index fund. Keep buying it through thick and thin, and especially through thin. The temptation gets, when you see bad headlines in newspapers, maybe to say, well, maybe I should skip a year or something. So just keep buying it. American business is going to do fine over time. So you know the investment universe is going to do very well. The Dow Jones Industrial Average went from 66 to 11,000.
So, ang sinabi niya is buy consistently as 500 best large cap companies na low cost index fund. Sabi ni Warren na sinabi niya sa CNBC on the Money in a interview recently. So it does make sense. It does make sense kasi most of the investors are doing this for retirement or for a big purchase in the future. So ang suggest niya, keep buying through thick and thin. Especially through thin kapag bumaba. Kasi alam na, ang market nga is bumabalik at nagre-recover yan if nasa 500 best companies ka. Okay? Sabi niya rin, do not be a stock picker. That's why sa ating group is I always suggest na to have an ETF. At least an ETF sa inyong portfolio bago kayo mag-stock pick. Okay lang maging stock pick, pero 50%, 80% should be in the stocks. I mean, should be on an ETF. So, the trick is not to, sabi niya dito, the trick is not to pick the right company. The trick is to essentially buy all the big companies through the S&P 500. Do it consistently. Ito yung marami nakakalimot eh. Consistently means top up ka every week. Because we do have ETF dito alerts na makakatulong sa'yo. This one, okay? To buy to start investing or to pause. I already explained this in a different video. So going back here, the reason na kailangan ng low-cost index or ETF fund because cost really matter in investments. Okay? Kasi maliit man ito, nakatago man ito, mababawasan ito yung tinatop up mong pera sa yung investment. So, asan na yung ito? Let's see. Ito sinabi niya. He added. Yan. Ito. Don't let them talk to you about other index funds or ETF funds and say, you have the foreign or maybe you can pick a better industry. You'll always find it comes with bigger fees. Nakatingin ako sa iyo, Arca. Expense ratio ang ibig sabihin yan. Papansin mo rin dito, sinabi niya na Buffet points to the fee savings built into low-cost index funds. The largest one is SP 500 fund. Ito yung sikat na SPY. Tapos, nabanggit dito na si Vanguard ang pinaka mababa na expense ratio. Ito nga pala yung pinaka laman ng S&P 500. So, meron na dyan Netflix, meron dyan Google, okay, may Amazon na dyan, madali mo makita. Pfizer, di ba? Johnson & Johnson, si Apple. So, bakit ka pa maghahanap at magre-research at papakahirap? Nandito naman na lahat. Si Nvidia din, nandyan. Si McAfee. So, sino po ba yung mga kilala nyo dito? Si Coca-Cola, nandito din eh. Tapos, nandito din sa may kanan, si 3M, diba? Si Adobe for artists, si Walmart, at madami pang iba. Iba ng SPY, kasi ito yung pinakasikat na nakikita natin, pati sa GoTrade may SPY, at VOO at IVV. Okay? So, ang pinagkaiba niyan, well, pareho lang sila ng laman. Si Spider S&P 500 ETF, ito SPY, ito yung pinakasikat. Sumunod dyan is si ETF from iShares and si Vanguard. Okay? Ang SPDR, iShares at Vanguard, ito yung kanilang kung sino yung family or yung ETF issuer. So para bang BDO, siya yung issuer. Ito si Vanguard. Okay? Meron SPDR. Natin ang SPY and VOO. By the way, si VOO, si Vanguard, S&P 500. Okay? Ito yung prefer ng ating group kasi nga, in short, si expense ratio. But to dive deeper, ito ang issuer ni SPY. Kilalang SPY. Si State Street Global Advisor, si VOO, si Vanguard. Ang expense ratio is 0.09 kay SPY, si VOO 0.03. So that's mga 6 points more. Assets under management, 4 billion, 400 billion. Ito 200. Malaki na rin naman itong both. Okay? So as you can see here, number of holdings, it means gano'ng karami yung companies na laman. Si S&P 500 is 507. As of now, si VOO is 512. May significant na konti lang. This is probably just because of the duplicates. Like GOOG and GOGL. Kay S&P and VOO naman, ito lang pinagkaiba niya. Expense ratio 0.09, 0.03. Yung spread, 0.0. Average spread, 0.0 at super minimal lang. Okay, kung titingnan mo. Tsaka dito, kung mapapansin mo, ito yung ang performance niya. Okay? Makikita mo dito, VOO, ayan, pataas siya. Since it's an index fund ng 500 large companies, it always, you can assume na it has a better way of recovering than single stocks or any kind of ETF. So, by looking at this, ito yung shortcut, okay? Sa kanyang 1 month na increase, para almost pareho, maliit lang. Diba? Pero if you're going to look for a longer term, si VOO may 1% na lamang. Almost a little bit 1% kasi 15.94 yung kabila. Sa 5 years, makikita mo lamang na naman 17.67. Sa 1 year, 24.94 versus 24.83 kay SPY. So maliit man ang increase percentage na lamang, pero kapag nag-ipon ka na kasi ng perang malaki ng malaki dyan, yung 1% napakalaki na yan na dagdag sa iyong portfolio, sa iyong investment. Kasi nga, ang goal naman natin is, siyempre, to invest for the long term and to avoid all fees as much as possible. Kaya gusto ko rin si GoTrade kasi nga, versus eToro kasi konti yung fees niya. At pang investor talaga. Tapos, jumping into number of holdings, top 10 holdings. So, almost the same lang. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Nvidia. Babalik-baliktad lang. Si Berkshire Hathaway nandito din pala. Back to the advice of Warren, if you're looking for a simple plan to build your retirement, one of the world's most successful stock market investors has some clear advice. Consistently buy an S&P 500 low-cost index fund. This is Vanguard, VOO. This, to really check if VOO lang ang malakas, is compare natin siya sa VTI. Okay? Si VTI, It's total stock market stocks versus 500 large stocks. Okay, so let's go. Vanguard total stock market versus Vanguard S&P 500. Expense ratio is mababa. Kaya gusto ko lahat ng Vanguards eh. Anything na may letter V or Vanguards, I'm good with it. So as you can see here, number of holdings of VTI 4,000. Sabi mo na ako, ang ganda nito, ang daming companies, diversified na ako. Pero most of them are small companies. Si VOO nga, 500 of the largest companies. So skip tayo Pinagad natin performance kasi what we want to know is magkano yung ending mo at yung in-increase mo or yung gain mo. Kasi bottom line, kaya ka nag-invest is to get money and to get the percentage increase. So dito tayo. Ito. Unang tingin pa lang, wait. Ayan, makikita mo na agad. This one. Yan. 10 years. Okay? 16% si VOO. So lamang pa rin. 5 years. Lamang pa rin. Okay? 3 years lamang pa rin. 1 year lamang pa rin. Year to date from January 1st. Kung nag-invest ka ng January 1st kasi may 13th month pay ka last year, angat ka ng 21.75% na. Tapos, if you top it up every week or every month, dahil sa sweldo mo, mas ma-enjoy mo yung compounding interest. So again, tingin ka ng tingin sa iba, ARK, ETF, iba-ibang types of ETFs, hanap ka single stocks. Ang suggestion na nga ni Warren is low-cost index fund at babalik ka lang kay VOO. So, sa ating group, it's best to allocate at least 50%. 50% of VOO. Okay? So, that's it. If you are a total beginner, I'll be happy if you invested 100% of VOO. It might be boring kasi meron ka na agad, alam mo na agad gagawin, pero that's investing. Good investing is supposed to be boring, hindi yung hype and nakaka-addict. Okay?